Basically, think about it like this. In the most simple case, country A, take Burkina Faso, wants to kick out French investors, right, which are French capitalists that came in and said, oh, we're going to buy a bunch of land in exchange for a contract with Burkina Faso. We're going to pay a comparably de minimis amount to the government, right, and we're going to take all the resources from it. Let's say they were looking for something crazy like gold. And Burkina Faso, the country, prior to decolonization, wrote a treaty with France, and actually wrote a treaty with a lot of countries, which tied them to the World Bank, the ICSID, the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes, which basically said, we will respect international contracts that we sign. So say we respect that we will give access to these land rights in Burkina Faso for them to mine on. And then, the people take over the government and say, fuck that, we own our own gold, we'll extract it ourselves, French investors, get the fuck out. And then these French investors are annoyed, and they go, I'm really sad, right? And they can't sue in Burkina Faso courts, right? They can't say, this government, they're not going to use Burkina Faso courts, right? Because the Burkina Faso government now has control of their laws. They go to an international tribunal, in this case, the ones that the World Bank set up, and they go, you broke your treaty that you signed. Now it's between France and Burkina Faso and all of the other bilateral treaties, which there are like 92 signatories of this treaty. And then the World Court rules against them and says, okay, these investors are right. They have the right to take these resources. And then they get damages. Say, for example, $240 million in damages. And you're going, well, okay, how do they enforce it? If Burkina Faso's government is in control of Burkina Faso, what are they going to do? Go and invade Burkina Faso? No, because we have a worldly economy. And the general rule is that we have free trade, right? The general rule for everyone in power is that if American assets, for example, are held by France, France can't just steal them. France can't pass a law and just steal France's assets. But if a international tribunal like this says, yeah, you did wrong, Burkina Faso, suddenly if Burkina Faso, for example, has weapons being held by the West or gold being held in a American account, or, for example, wants to use US dollars because that is the world's reserve currency to buy oil, and that's held in a foreign account, suddenly that foreign account is up for grabs. And if it's in a country like one of the 92 countries that are a part of this treaty, then those French investors can go to that country and say, hey, look, that's Burkina Faso. I think that's the exonym. I haven't checked. I'm so sorry. That's the Burkina Faso, assets. Those are the government. They owe me money. Just give me that money.